Hi guys, I'm Stacy with Handmade by StacyJ. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make these little hearts just in time for Valentine's Day. If you prefer written instructions, please visit my website at www.handmadebystacyj.com. Let's get started. To make the heart, you're going to need some basic supplies. You'll need your yarn, you'll need a hook, your scissors, and a tapestry needle. Now the yarn, I look at the required hook size and I go down at least one size, if not two, because you want it to be pretty tight as far as the stitch definition. So that way it can really pull it together to make it a really neat little heart. So let's get started. To begin, your first step is to make the magic ring. And there are different ways to do this, but the way that I do it is I hold it this way, create an X, and then I loop that through. Then I take my hook, go under this loop, pull this one up, and then you do a twist. Then you grab that working yarn and pull through. It's kind of like origami with your fingers and your yarn. But then when you tighten it, there you go. You've got your first chain. Now, I don't count this chain in my stitches. Some people do, some people don't. So I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, once you have that 3 chain, you're going to be working in your magic loop. So essentially, you're going to ignore this guy right here. You're going to ignore it. And you're going to work around both of these. And we're going to do a series of stitches. So we're going to start with 3 treble crochets. So we do 1 treble. I'm going to pull some more yarn out here. 2 trebles. And 3 trebles. Then we're going to do 3 double crochets. So yarn over, pull up a loop, draw through those 2, draw through those 2. And this is our second one. And this is our third one. After you have these 3 doubles, you're going to do a half treble. Now that's a little different stitch because you don't see it used very often, but I found that it's a good way to avoid any kind of gap at the tip of your heart. So a half treble is worked essentially like a treble. So you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook, and pull up. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Then you're going to do 1 treble, the full treble, not the half treble. And this treble right here is what forms the tip of your heart. So you can actually see it start forming here where you've got this, turn this around so you can see it, where you can see where the shape of the arch starts, and then this is where the tip is. So now we're going to build the other half around this side of the magic circle. So this is where we practice our half treble one more time. So you yarn over twice, insert in the magic loop, pull up your yarn, go through the first 2 loops, then you yarn over and go through the next 3. Now, after you've done that half treble, you're going to do 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do 3 treble crochets. So we're essentially just working the same as the other side, only backwards. Now, remember that chain 3 that you started up with? Now you're going to do a chain 3 one more time. Now, it doesn't look much like a heart, and that's okay because we're going to fix that. So, this little tail right here from your magic loop, I'm going to give it just a little bit of a tug. You're not going to go super tight because you still got to work in here for one more stitch. But you can see how the heart is starting to form. Now that you've done that, you're going to end it with a slip stitch right in here. And I try to make sure that my yarn goes right between the chain 3s. That way it's a cleaner end. And then I always do a chain 1 just to close it up. Then go ahead and cut your yarn. Give it a nice tug. And now this is still pretty open right here in the center. So we're going to flip it. And I will typically put mine on the table to brace them. And then I'll give it a little bit more of a tug. And then you can see how it closes it up. And you have your little heart. Now to sew in the ends, I make use of the circle that's here in the back. So I will thread my needle, and we start first with the magic loop. Otherwise, it might come undone, might not a risk I want to take. So I always work with it first. And what I do is I just work around the circle at least twice, just to really secure that yarn. And what I like about these is that they work up really quickly, and they're just a fun, little cute, fun Valentine's thing to do. So you go around here at least twice with your yarn. So that's one. And I always give it a little bit more of a tug. I like it to be nice and snug. And then work around it. Again, sometimes they're a little finicky. There we go. And once you're done, that magic loop isn't going anywhere. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this. Nice and close, but not so close that you trim a stitch. And then we'll unthread that needle. Now we're down to just one more end. And I like to fold this back, and then I do the same thing, weaving in around the magic circle. But when you pull it back, it just gives it a little more definition right here. So we'll go ahead and do the final weaving. Whoops. There we go. And for this one, because it's pretty secure, you really only have to go down around it one time. There we go. Go ahead and cut your yarn. And voila, here's your little Valentine's heart. These are super quick, easy to make up. You could easily do like 30 of these for your child's class, to put on with their Valentine's cards, or if you want to use them for embellishments, whatever you want to do. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube or sign up for my newsletter on the website at www.HandmadeByStacyJ. Thank you and happy crocheting!